That's one. Cheers. Okay, hello everyone. Sorry about starting a little bit late. My name's Simeon, and I'm going to be taking you through how to use LettingHQ and how it can benefit you and your business. I'll be giving away a coupon code at the end, which will give you 10% off any LettingHQ sign up. So stick around for that. And this is also recorded, so you'll have the opportunity to listen to it again. Like I said, I'll be giving you a quick overview of the product, followed by a basic run through, starting from the check-in as the tenant moves in, midway through the tenancy as the tenant wants to report repairs and how you would manage that, as well as the checkouts report as the tenant wants to move on. So I'll just start by showing you the main screens. There we go, and we'll log in to LettingHQ. Okay, so here's the first screen we come to. These are all the products that you would use under LettingHQ. On the left, we have LettingCheck, which is the best inventory tool for letting agents, inventory clerks, and landlords. Whilst on the right, we have LettingFix, which is for repair reporting, which basically means that instead of tenants ringing up your office to report repairs, they simply go to your website and they'll be taken to LettingFix. So let's start by logging into both products. So we can see straight away that we're logged into LettingCheck as well as LettingFix, which means that 1 second we can be managing a repair and the next we can be doing an inventory report. Okay, so before I go into those two products, I'd like your special attention for what I believe is the most beneficial part of LettingHQ for bigger companies or companies that just simply want to grow. For multiple branches, the worst thing that can happen is getting information about properties that you don't even manage, which is why LettingHQ allows you to add branches and then assign properties to those branches. So it just makes the process a lot more smoother. Okay, let's go back to the LettingHQ dashboard and log into LettingCheck. So these pages are much the same. For inventories, obviously we'll have a full list of our reports in chronological order. This green box on the right allows us to edit, whilst on the left we can add an inventory. The same goes for properties. We'll just have a few different details. However, for landlords and tenants, we've got a lot more details. We'll have a contact like email address and phone number. And I'll go into templates in a little bit. So we're going to start by adding an inventory and doing a check-in. So we'll select this property, and of course it's check-in. Now at this point you've got the option to do an inventory the traditional way, which would be to add all the rooms and items individually. However, I'm going to use LettingCheck's new feature of templates to save time. So let's see what this does. If we go into the reports now, we can see that it's added all the rooms that would commonly be found in a 2-bedroom bungalow. So we've got a bathroom, 2 bedrooms, a dining room, a hallway, and a kitchen. You've probably noticed as well that it's added the items. So instead of having to go through and add walls and ceilings and floors, things that we know are there, LettingCheck has just added them for us with the use of templates. Now obviously we're going to want to go in and change some of these items, so let's change this toilet. Now I'm going to say it's in good condition, and I'd like to add a photo, which we can do by clicking this box. Now because I'm using this on Chrome, it's taking me to my documents, but if you were using this on your phone, it'd take you to your camera roll. So once we see the tick, we know that it's uploaded. There we go. Let's go ahead and save the item. All right. So now another 6 months has passed and the tenant would now like to report a repair. Now traditionally, like I was saying earlier, they'd have had to ring up your office and deal with it that way. However, now they can simply go to your website, scroll down to report an issue and click report a repair. And we can see that we've been taken to LettingFix instantly. So I've got a faulty boiler, which means I'm going to go over to heating, gas heating, and gas boiler. Now these are just some helpful hints that help me as the tenant fix the problem myself, and this saves the letting agent from sending out expensive workmen when it's just unnecessary. However, for now, none of these are going to help me, so I'm going to close the box. I'll say that my boiler's leaking, and I'll add a picture as evidence. And when we see the tick, we know that it's uploaded. There we go. And of course, it's just going to ask us for some basic details for contact. So it's asked for our address, phone number. So we fill in all that, and we can add a note as well. And of course, we agree to the terms and conditions. Let's click confirm. And we can clearly see that the issue has been sent and submitted. Now, if we follow this link, we have the issue in progress page. What this basically does is put the tenant's mind at ease. They can see all the actions that the letting agent's taken to correct the issue. But now we can't see much because we haven't actually taken any steps, but later I'll show you a better example. So let's go back over to LettingHQ and log in to LettingFix. The main pages are much the same as on LettingCheck. So I've got a list of all of our reports in chronological order. This blue button on the right allows us to view the issue, view the progress, or close the issue. Properties is much the same, so we obviously have a full list of our properties with the option to edit or view on the right and to add on the left. Service provider is much the same as with tenants and landlords, just a few more basic contact details. Okay, so we can see the issue here. It's the one at the very top. Let's go and view it. So straight away we can see the picture, the exact problem, and some more details. Now that I know what the problem is, I want to assign a service provider. And before, this would have meant that I have to ring them up. However, LettingFix allows us to simply assign on here. So let's click assign. I've assigned it to Phil Heath, and I'll show you what that does now. So let's log in to the service provider portal. And as a service provider, I can see a list of jobs that you've assigned to me. And it's obviously this one at the very top. So now as a service provider, I've fixed it and I can mark it as complete. And again, we can just add a note and a picture. So I'm going to do that now. And of course, click submit, wait for the green tick so that we know it's uploaded. There we go. So let's go back over to the letting agent portal and refresh issues. And we can see that the status has changed. So it was assigned, now it's complete. So now that we know that the tenant's happy, the service provider's happy, and that we're happy, we can go ahead and close the issue. So now I'm going to show you a better example of the issue in progress page. So let's refresh this. Again, this is what the tenant can see. So they can see that you've assigned it to Phil Heath, that Phil Heath has added a note and a picture, and that in conclusion, you have closed the issue. And that basically covers it for repair reporting. So another 6 months has passed, and the tenant now wants to move on, which means, of course, that we'll have to do a checkouts report. Now we can do that by clicking on inventories. And again, at this point, you've got the choice of doing one from scratch, which would mean repeating all the work that we've just done. However, a new feature of LettingCheck is duplication. So I'll click duplicate inventory in this grey box on the top left. Now what this does is make an exact copy of the report we were just on. Let's see this now. We can see it's exactly the same. Now, of course, we're going to want to make some changes. So let's change the condition of this toilet to poor, very damaged, and the damage type is chipped. Hit save. And of course, we're going to have to change the reports type from a check-in to a checkout. Okay. Now the checkouts report is done, we're going to of course want a PDF version of it. And we can do that by clicking this green box on the left. And it's just going to take a couple of seconds to generate. It's got a lot of information to process. And here we have it. So we have the terms and conditions, the property photos if I'd have added any. Here we'd have a list of the meter readings and keys. Now these are the inventory items. This red signifies that they're broken, whilst the green signifies that they're in good or perfect condition. If we scroll even further down, we will come to a comparison report. Okay, so what the comparison report does is track all the changes that have happened since the check-in to the checkout. So we can see at the check-in, in the bathroom, this toilet was in good condition, and now it's in poor condition because it's chipped. We also come to repair history. So these are all the repairs that have gone on during the tenancy. So we can see the reports that we just filed, the broken boiler, and we can see the pictures of before and after as well. And this saves you from scrolling through your own repair history and manually having to add it, as well as with comparison reports. These are automatically generated. Okay, thanks for listening to that. The coupon code that I mentioned earlier is HQ First Access, all in capitals, and again, that's going to give you 10% off any LettingHQ sign up. My email address is simeon@lettinghq.com. So if you've got any questions within the next couple of days or at all, then don't hesitate to email me. Okay, thanks for listening, and I'll see you again soon.